Hi. Finally, I cannot believe that I'm here today speaking to all of you here and online. Coming from Gaza, I always felt voiceless, especially since October 2023. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my voice with all of you today. My name is Khaled, or Khaled, and I'm a Rotary Peace Fellow in the Global Studies program at UNC here. I'm here today to share a bit about my life in Gaza and what brought me here. I will also talk about a project I have been working on that could help thousands of Gazans and young people around the world, help them find peace and purpose. A few weeks ago, I woke up alone, exhausted, and in more physical pain than I have ever known. I just had come out of surgery for ACL and meniscus reconstruction, as you can see. This is the kind of surgery that your body reminds you so loudly that it has limits, and it puts you in so much pain. And lying there in my bed, in that stillness, I did something I had not allowed myself to do in so long. I had reflected. I thought about what I was there. I thought about who I was 3 years ago, before October 2023. I was athletic, energetic, and strong. I moved through the world with confidence in my body, in my future, in the path I was on. That morning, in pain, I felt old. I felt frail. I felt like I had lost versions of myself I might never get back. But here's what I did not lose: hope. Not because I manufactured it on my own, I could not have, but because people did not give up on me. Rotary did not give up on me. My friends, my family, people who showed up when I had nothing to offer them in return. They held the hope on my behalf until I was strong enough to hold it again myself. If hope can be kept alive for me under these circumstances, I can keep it alive for someone else. That is why I'm here today. Before October 2023, I had a career I was proud of. I managed scholarship and exchange programs. I helped young Palestinians access opportunities beyond their borders, universities, fellowships, and international experiences that expanded what they believed was possible for themselves. I watched up close what happens to a young person when someone truly invests in them, when a door opens that they never thought would open for them. I saw a future change. I saw people change. That work was the most meaningful thing I had ever done. We had normal lives with beautiful routines. Like, for example, this is a photo of my mom at the beach in Gaza. We would walk every weekend together on the beach, and when I said goodbye to her in November 2023, and I think she as well, we believed that we may never see each other again because of the circumstances. But I hope she and my family and friends can be proud of me right now. At least virtually, they can see me. This is my lovely niece, Alia. She was named after my mom. She also joined me in walks at the beach in Gaza. And finally, this is my son, Jad, who would rather enjoy the waves than walk on the beach. And finally, this time, another photo of the Gaza beach I took right after I went out on a date with someone. The photo is amazing. The date was not so good. There was a turning point, though, in October 2023, when everything around me collapsed. After October 2023, Gaza was in terrible shape, and things got worse over time. Unemployment reached about 78%. 1.3 million Palestinians out of the total of 2.1 in Gaza were displaced, living in 970 displacement camps located inside and outside of Gaza. Nearly every school technical institute and university building in Gaza was demolished or in significant need for repair. 100,000 Palestinians and Gazans are now living in Egypt with no legal status or work permit. This includes my family as well. It was a crisis, so I focused on what I knew best. I knew how to build programs. I knew how to identify young people with potential and connect them to opportunity. I knew that the right investment at the right moment in the right person could change the entire direction of a life. But the context had changed. The exchange programs were suspended. The local economy, already fragile, had shattered. But the young people are still there, and they still have their minds, their dreams, and their potential. So I asked myself, what skills could give them access to the global economy, regardless of where they are physically located? The answer was obvious. Transferable skills like coding, programming, and graphic design, and AI prompt engineering. However, could I design a program that could provide this? I know I could, but I have to pause here because when you've watched things you built be destroyed, hope starts to feel like a risk you cannot afford. Starting something new in the middle of that environment felt terrifying, not because of the work it required, but because of what it would mean if it failed. What if I poured everything into this and it fell apart? I was not sure I had the strength to build something again. I think a lot of Gazans feel the same way. And lying in that hospital bed a few weeks ago, I felt it in my body too. The fear that what you're building might be destroyed. I am not going to stand here and pretend I simply overcame that fear. I have not. What I will say is this: I decided that doing nothing was its own kind of loss. And that was enough to motivate me to take the next step. So what is Coding for Peace in Gaza? What is my initiative? Well, it was an idea I developed in my Peace Lab project in my first semester here. It teaches young displaced Palestinians the technical skills to enter the global market, the global job market. It focuses on real employable skills like web development, programming fundamentals, graphic design, AI prompt engineering, which are the tools that companies around the world are actively hiring for right now. And alongside the technical training, it gives those young people something equally as important: the unshakable belief that this path is genuinely available to them. This is not charity. This is an investment. These people who, if given the right tools, will build things for the future that matter. So the program is 12 months in length and has 4 phases. It aims at giving 3 population groups the following components: mental health training for 1 month, and it's also going to be concurrent; English language training for 1 month; programming like Python or a different language, graphic design, online marketing, AI prompt engineering for 6 months; and finally, mentorship for 4 months to make sure every participant is mentored while they find jobs online on platforms such as Upwork or freelance.com. The pilot project would seek to enroll 3 groups. The first one is Gazan parents above the age of 30 who are in Egypt. They have no legal status, they cannot work, so this would give them that opportunity. University graduates in Gaza who are unemployed. And the third group, which is the long-term goal, is to give training to school students between grades 11 through 12, so they can graduate and pursue that kind of career for themselves. The pilot group I would like to start with is around 30 Gazans in Egypt. If that becomes successful, then we can carry on with the second group in Gaza. In my years running scholarship programs, I learned something I believe more deeply now than ever have. Hope is not something you feel on your own. It is something that gets transferred person to person, story to story, investment to investment, Rotarian to Rotarian. I saw it every time a young person received a scholarship they did not think they deserved. Every time someone came back from an exchange program with a different understanding of what was possible for their life. The hope was not in the program itself. It was in the message the program sent. You are worth investing in. Your future is worth building. That message, delivered at the right time, changes everything. Rotary sent me that message. And right now, an entire generation in Gaza is waiting for someone to send it to them. Here is what I need from you today to help make a change. You can fund a student. A small monthly contribution covers the cost of training for a young person who has no other path right now. You can offer your expertise. If you work in tech, in education, in recruitment, an hour of mentorship, a mock interview, a code review, these things have an outsized impact on someone who has never had access to professional networks. You can also hire someone. If your company hires remotely, consider our graduates. They are motivated in a way that is genuinely hard to find. Finally, share this story, not just today, tomorrow or next week. The more people who hear about it, the more bridges get built. And for more information, you can scan the QR code and join me for a conversation at lunch after the panel discussion. In conclusion, I just want to share something. This was me 20 years ago, almost, 20 years ago. I live in a constant cycle of hopelessness. I really do. But I keep being reminded by all of you that collectively, we can make a difference. War can destroy potential, but it cannot destroy human potential. So to say that again. War can destroy buildings, but it cannot destroy human potential. And maybe one human investment at a time, we can help rebuild the future. Let's all together imagine a better future for these kids. Let's all truly and really embrace the Rotary motto, service above self. Thank you.